Hello friends, welcome back to Global Travel Venture. Ever wondered what you need to know before traveling to the United States? Well, it's not just about the landscapes, the food, or the landmarks. It's about understanding the cultural nuances, the unspoken rules, and the societal norms of the Americans. It's about learning the etiquette that shapes their daily interactions. Knowing these elements can enrich your travel experience, making it more meaningful and enjoyable. So buckle up and prepare for a deep dive into the American culture. This journey will provide you with a primer on the American culture and etiquette. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to our channel for more awesome content. Let's dive right in with something you'll encounter almost immediately: tipping. In the United States, tipping is more than just a simple thank you for good service. It's woven into the fabric of the economy, especially in the service industry. You see, many workers in the service industry earn a substantial portion of their income from tips. So when you're in the States, tipping isn't just a nice thing to do, it's expected. Imagine you're dining at a bustling restaurant in Manhattan. You've enjoyed a scrumptious meal and the waiter has been attentive and friendly. When the bill arrives, you'll notice a line for a tip. This is where you acknowledge the service you've received. The general rule of thumb is to tip between 15 and 20% of the pre-tax total. Less than 15% is usually seen as a sign of dissatisfaction with the service. Now, let's say you're staying at a hotel. The bellboy helps you with your luggage, the housekeeper keeps your room spotless, and the concierge recommends a hidden gem for dinner. Each of these individuals provides a service that enhances your stay, and each one typically expects a tip. For bellboys and housekeepers, $1 to $2 per bag or per day is standard. A concierge, however, might expect between $5 and $10, depending on the complexity of your request. Hopping in a taxi or using a rideshare service like Uber or Lyft, same story here. A tip of 10 to 20% is customary, depending on the quality of the ride and the driver's helpfulness. It's worth noting that while tipping is customary, it's not legally required. However, remember that for many service workers, tips form a significant part of their income. So it's not just about rewarding good service, it's about fairness and acknowledging the work that goes into making your experience a pleasant one. Remember, when in doubt, tip. It's an integral part of the American service culture. Moving on, have you ever heard about American optimism? It's a defining characteristic of the nation, a trait that's as American as apple pie. It's rooted in the country's history, a testament to the resilience and determination of its people. The spirit of optimism in America is not just a buzzword, it's a way of life. Picture this: you're in a bustling American city, perhaps walking down the streets of New York or strolling through the parks of San Francisco. You're likely to encounter smiles, friendly nods, and a general air of positivity. It's not unusual to strike up conversations with complete strangers at a bus stop, in a grocery store, or while waiting in line for a coffee. It's this sense of friendliness and openness that can catch visitors off guard. It's not uncommon for a stranger to ask how's your day going, or for a passerby to offer help if you seem lost. These gestures aren't necessarily invasive or intrusive, but rather, they're part of the fabric of American society, an extension of the optimism and friendliness that is embedded in the culture. Americans are often seen as outgoing, sociable folks who are not afraid to express their thoughts and feelings. This positivity extends to their language as well. You'll often hear phrases like "no problem," "sure thing," or "you bet." These expressions reflect a can-do attitude, a belief that any problem can be overcome, any challenge can be met. But it's not just about being friendly or positive. It's about a shared sense of community and a belief in the power of positivity. It's about the belief that good things are around the corner, that dreams can become reality, and that every day presents a new opportunity. So when you're in the United States, don't be taken aback by the friendliness and positivity. Embrace it, enjoy it. It's a part of the American experience, so don't be surprised by the random act of kindness or the friendly conversation at the coffee shop. Let's talk about personal space and privacy. Now, if there's one thing that's deeply ingrained in the American culture, it's the value placed on personal space and privacy. It's a fundamental part of the American ethos, and understanding this can make your journey through the United States much smoother. Imagine standing in a queue. In some cultures, people may stand close together, shoulder to shoulder. But in the United States, it's common to keep a comfortable distance from the person in front of you. This distance isn't just physical, it's a metaphor for the value Americans place on personal space and autonomy. This concept extends to public transportation as well. If there are multiple empty seats on a bus or train, it's considered polite to sit a seat away from other passengers if possible. privacy, too, is highly regarded. It's not just about closing the door to your hotel room or keeping your financial details to yourself. It's about respecting that invisible boundary that separates the public from the private. For instance, asking personal questions about someone's salary, age, or marital status is generally avoided in casual conversation, unless the other person initiates the topic. And there's a reason why this respect for personal space and privacy is so important. It's tied to the American value of individualism. In the United States, there's a strong belief in the individual's right to their own space and their own life. It's about allowing each person to express themselves freely, to be who they are without intrusion. So when you're in the United States, remember to be mindful of these cultural nuances. Keep a comfortable distance in queues or on public transport, and avoid prying into personal topics unless invited to do so. It's not about being distant or impersonal. It's about showing respect for people's personal space and privacy. It's all about respect for personal space, privacy, and individuality. In America, you'll often hear the phrase, "time is money." This idiom is more than just a catchy saying. It's a mindset deeply ingrained into the fabric of American society. The perception of time in America is linear, with an emphasis on future goals, deadlines, and schedules. Every minute counts, and being late is often seen as a sign of disrespect. Let's consider the world of business. In the United States, punctuality is not just appreciated, it's demanded. Meetings start and end on time. If you're late, you're not only wasting your time but the time of others as well. And in a culture where time equates to money, that's a serious faux pas. It's not uncommon for people to check their watches or phones frequently, a subtle reminder that the clock is always ticking. It's not just in the business realm where this applies. Social gatherings also run on a schedule. If an invitation says the party starts at 7, showing up at 8 might leave you walking into a party that's already in full swing. And don't think that public transportation is any different. Trains and buses operate on strict timetables. If you're not at the station or stop on time, you'll be left behind, waiting for the next one. This concept of time and punctuality is a byproduct of the American emphasis on productivity and efficiency. There's a sense of pride attached to being able to accomplish tasks in a timely manner. It's all about maximizing potential and making the most out of every moment. So whether you're heading to a business meeting, a social gathering, or catching a train, remember to be punctual. It's not just about being polite, it's a sign of respect and a reflection of your commitment. After all, in America, time truly is money. So remember to be punctual. It's not just courtesy, it's expected. America, often called the melting pot, is a country of diversity. As you travel across its broad expanse, you'll find a rich tapestry of cultures, languages, and traditions. This vibrant diversity is a testament to America's long-standing ethos of inclusivity and acceptance. Let's take a virtual journey through some of America's most multicultural cities. Start in Los Angeles, where neighborhoods like Koreatown and Little Armenia showcase the city's cultural diversity. Then, head east to New York City, a global hub where over 200 languages are spoken. In the heart of the Big Apple, the vibrant neighborhoods of Chinatown and Little Italy stand as a testament to the city's immigrant roots. But it's not just in the cities where diversity thrives. Small towns and rural communities across the country also reflect America's multicultural fabric. From the Polish community in Santa Maria, Texas, to the Amish settlements in Pennsylvania, each community contributes to the country's colorful cultural mosaic. The celebration of diversity extends to American festivals. Consider Mardi Gras in New Orleans, a blending of French, African, and American traditions, or the Lunar New Year parades in San Francisco, where dragon dances and firecrackers echo the city's Chinese heritage. These celebrations illuminate the richness of America's cultural diversity. And let's not forget the food. American cuisine is a smorgasbord of flavors from around the world. From the spicy jambalaya of Louisiana, inspired by French, Spanish, and West African cuisines, to the fusion food trucks of Los Angeles, serving up Korean tacos and Japanese ramen burgers. Each dish is a delicious reminder of the country's multicultural heritage. In America, diversity and inclusivity aren't just buzzwords. They're an integral part of the country's identity. From cities to small towns, from festivals to food, America's diversity is its strength, its heart, its soul. So when you're exploring the United States, remember to embrace its multicultural spirit. Discover the stories behind the communities, savor the flavors of its global cuisine, celebrate the festivals that showcase its cultural diversity, because in the end, it's the diversity that truly makes America unique. Embrace the diversity. It's one of the things that truly makes America unique. So, there you have it. A quick guide to understanding American culture and etiquette. We've journeyed through the importance of tipping, a gesture of gratitude that is deeply ingrained in the American service industry. From the servers at your favorite diner to the taxi drivers that get you from point A to point B, tipping is a way of saying thank you for their service. We've also highlighted the trademark American optimism and friendliness, a characteristic that is as vast and varied as the country itself. A warm smile and a friendly, "How do you do?" can go a long way in making connections and experiencing the true spirit of the country. Then we talked about the value of personal space and privacy, a cornerstone of American social interactions. Understanding this aspect of the culture will help you navigate social situations with grace and respect. Next, we touched on the concept that time is money. The fast-paced lifestyle might be a culture shock to some, but it's an essential part of the American ethos that values efficiency and productivity. Lastly, we delved into the rich tapestry of diversity and inclusivity that makes America a melting pot of cultures. Embracing this diversity is key to experiencing the full breadth of what the United States has to offer. Remember, understanding the culture is the first step to truly experiencing it. So pack your bags and get ready for an amazing American adventure. Until next time, safe travels.